Hey guys, it's Jacqueline and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the waterworks and the books related to those waterworks. I have 6 books here that I want to rate on my cry scale. And it goes from a level 1, which is just the start of being emotional, to a full blown out bawling session. So let's get right into it. Level 1 is where you're feeling the rock in your throat. Okay, you could cry if you get yourself there.
Are you crying? Am I crying? No, I'm not crying. You're crying. It's okay to cry. People cry.
One of my I feel it in my throat is Ruthless Vows. I felt it at different parts of the story. I did not cry. Tears were not forming in my eyes, but it was emotional, and my connection to these characters as they went from divine rivals in the first one to this duology, it just really made it great. So this was The Rock in the Throat. Level 2. This is where in level 2 in my cry rating system that there is water in the eyes. They did not drop yet, but it's the water in the eye feeling. The water in the eye feeling I have with A Little Life. Yes, if you read A Little Life, this could be one that is like a level 5, bawling your eyes out in multiple stages. For me, I held it together. I did not physically have tears running down my face with this. Hard rock in the throat for sure. Tears were welled in the eyes. Very hard life for Jude, going through so many difficulties with mental health, his family, the stages of his life. And I think depending on who you are as a reader, some might unfortunately connect to this in some way, causing that emotional feeling of a read. So this one for me was a level 2, tears in the eyes. My next one is going to be level 3, 1 tear. This one is Hereafter by Amy Lynn. This was a physical ARC I received, and poor Amy and her husband Curtis, they were newlyweds, and unfortunately you hear at the very beginning of the memoir, he suddenly passed. And so Amy dives into her grief journey and how to deal with that. And it goes back and forth between when Curtis was in her life to present time of how to cope while he's not there. So very emotional read. I personally was connecting to my husband a lot. So this had the scale 3 of 1 tear falling down the face. Okay, now I have 2 books at the level 4 cry stage. Level 4 cry stage is where they are coming down. I am not like hyperventilating yet. I am like not trying to catch my breath yet, but it is coming down both sides of my face. You're gonna need tissues, blow your nose a couple times, that type of thing. So first one I'm gonna show you is the 5th book of A Court of Silver Flames. I love this whole Akatar series by Sarah J. Maas. Brilliant writer. And listening to Nesta's point of view, I loved it. A couple extra tears were going down towards the end because at the time I was reading it, there was no update for when we were going to get the next book in the series. We heard rumors that it wasn't over yet, but now we've heard that she's continuing to work on the series. But a lot of tears were shed at that ending point because I was proud of myself for finishing such a large, massive series. But I was also feeling sad because it was over at the time. And I was proud of the characters that I was reading, and it was just awesome. It was an awesome, awesome read. It was like happy tears, sad tears. They were coming down my face. So that was A Court of Silver Flames. Another one that is a level 4, multiple tears down the face, and actually my latest read is As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. At first I was thinking, okay, like this is considered YA, it's gonna be cute, maybe a little bit of action going on, but it's not gonna hit me. I was grabbing the tissues for this one as well. Very emotional. I loved the format of this book too. A quick read, a lot of tears streaming down the face with this one, hearing people in need and constantly having war and constantly having the battles, not knowing where to go, where your next meal is coming from, if your loved ones are going to survive another day. Coming from a 18-year-old's perspective, it just was very impactful, very emotional. You're hoping and gripping onto this book, hoping that it ends well. But there's a lot of pieces to it that make you feel like it's not going to end well. So this one was As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. That was also a level 4 cry, multiple tears down the face, box of tissues. Okay, so this is level 5 now. You are sobbing, you need a minute, you are catching your breath, and by the end of this book, I was not okay. I had so many connections to this one. I just kept crying. So my biggest one, and I haven't even watched the movie yet because of this, but my biggest one is A Dog's Purpose. I don't know why we're like this, but when it relates to animals and your fur babies or your pets, and you experience going through your pet's life, you being their number one person, you have all these other things to do in life, and you're so busy, but your dog, specifically I was thinking my dog, at the time of you coming home and that's their favorite person, and just learning that perspective of a dog's point of view, that one killed me. I just kept crying until I needed to be done with my tears. So got through the first half pretty good, and then it kind of went downhill from there. So that was my number 5. So I will add the list in my description for you as well, and my fun little cry scale that I used on my video. But I have Peanut here, who is telling me it's time to eat dinner. So I will put all that on my captions. If you like what you see, let me know in the comments. If these are any books that you also cried to, drop an emoji below of how hard you cried with them. I'd love to see if you read these and what you think of the cry scale. So more to come with that. I will give you more emotional reads as well. And I'll touch base soon. Happy reading.